would like to welcome Ms. Kanika Jan. We are happy to have you, ma'am, here this afternoon. Ma'am is a Mentorex chairperson of International Council of Healing. She is contributing her best to unleash the best potential of mankind by her life coaching workshops. And she is also coming up with her maiden book to contribute her best. She is a youth counselor and a social activist for the last 10 years. I would like to request Kanika ma'am to join us on stage. Please give a big round of applause for her. I would also request Dr. Vidushi Sharma ma'am to come up on the stage to present our guest with the NDIM initiative. Please give a big round of applause. So, without any further ado, I would like to call Dr. Munish Jindal to the podium for the opening remarks.
Thank you so much. That's been so kind of you. You've been doing wonderful comparing. And thank you for such wonderful introduction. Hi, very warm good afternoon to everyone. How's everyone feeling today? What? I haven't slept whole night. Can you see the energies? Since 4 o'clock in the morning, I've been traveling to come here to your institute, and yesterday night I was working because whole day I have to spend here. Energies? Yes, sir. Huh? Yes, sir. How's the Josh? Yes, sir. Wonderful. That's the way it should be. You are the youth. You are the future to the nation, to the world. Your energy should always be high, you know. So I'm so glad to be here at NDIM. It's always a privilege and it's always a pleasure to be getting hosted here. And all thanks to wonderful Dr. Raj Changrani ma'am for inviting us here and making us part of this wonderful Business Literature Summit, as well as to your entire management, your professors, and to the wonderful Literature Club members who've been working day and night to make this possible. And it's the sheer hard work that could lead a way towards, your wonderful future. So I'm so glad being here. You already have known from my introduction what I do, and the rest you can Google about me. And before Googling me, I would really love if you can Google yourself, the way you show up in the Google. Has anyone tried Googling their names? Wow, someone did. Someone raised that. Okay, so where do you come up? Wow. So now you have to make sure that when you Google your name, it just shows about you. About you only, everything related to you. So it should be your work that speaks. I was in one of the business summits. There, one of the guys, he approached me that he was from one of the digital marketing agency, and he said that, sir, we can do SEO for you and we will bring you on the first page of Google. I was like, wow, this sounds interesting. I don't know what this is. He said, well, I cannot commit to you the first link, but we will bring you on the first page. But it will take 6 to 8 months. I said, can you Google my name for me? He Googled. Right? The very first link, second link, 10 links, 100 links, 1,000 links. They showed about me. And he said, oh, which company manages you? I said, myself manager. And he said, are you into SEO? I said, no, I work day and night. And it's the work that speaks. So that is what. My message here is not to brag myself about the Google thing, but the message here is that you have to create your aura like that. So I'm so glad that NDIM made this possible. They're creating this Business Literature Summit and creating a wonderful link between business and the literature. Literature is our heritage, you know. Literature, if you go back maybe centuries or thousands of years ago, we can learn a lot. We can learn a lot. Trust me, it's the history that teaches us. How many of you knew before the pandemic that this pandemic also happened 100 years ago as well? I believe nobody of us was aware about it, right? But when it happened, it happened 100 years ago. It happened in 18th century as well. It happened in 17th century as well. So we can learn a lot from history. So this is a cross connection. I would say they are bridging the gap, NDIM and especially your literature club. They're bridging this gap wonderfully between the literature and the business, and this is the need of the hour. How many of you know hoverboards? Okay. I'm the one who launched hoverboards. I'm a scientist as well. So I did my BCom, MBA, CA, then I did my PhD in artificial intelligence and robotics. So this seems changed. Some of you might be feeling that this is a shift of a domain. But this is not a shift of a domain. I run 9 companies. We're into coal mines, chemicals, textiles, real estate, education, robotics, edtech. So when I launched this robotic company, I needed operations, budgeting, marketing, planning, So everything I studied during MBA, that is helping me. The only thing different here is that yes, I'm working with technologies. I don't know coding, but I have the right skill. Right. So this is how you can manage anything possible in this world. We launched this company way back in 2015 from my hometown Ludhiana, because it was my dream that the day I'm going to do something different, it would happen from my own hometown. And now we are number one in India and we are among top 5 in the world. And again, the purpose of telling this is that if it took me 8 years, I come from a generation, you know, what used to be the biggest luxury in my times? Imagine if all of you have cell phones? Yes. If you walk into a cell phone showroom, right, they insert a SIM in this phone, they say go home, now it will get activated after 4 years. How does that sound? We applied for a landline phone, they gave us a red push button phone, take it home, it will get activated after 4 years. So imagine if coming from that generation, if we could do this, what kind of information you have handy? You have your professors who have become more of your friends, right? So the success which I might have gained in last 27 years, you can gain in just 7 years. If you remain focused, you're disciplined, and patience pays a lot. And yes, you have to, avoid the distractions and give away your comfort zone. So rest, what we'll do is we will unfold maybe during this session, ma'am. Let's take it forward from there. Thank you so much for inviting us, all of us here, and let's have a wonderful session. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those enlightening and motivating words, sir. Our connections are deeply nurtured in the field of shared story. With this quote by Jean Austen, let us commence with the panel discussion. I would request everyone for the panel discussion.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for such a wonderful introduction. I believe it's all covered with Dr. Jindal, the way he has embarked the opening of this ceremony. I find it extremely proud to take it forward from here. As sir said, how's the Josh? Definitely I can see the energy levels high with the glimpse in your eye among all the students of this wonderful esteemed university. Well, greetings from me and entirely all the wonderful panelists that we have here. We have so much wisdom and so much treasure of knowledge here on the podium today. So let's begin up. A very good afternoon to everyone, and I'm sure it will be a very enriching one. As the name suggests, Business Literature Festival. Wow, now this is amazing, isn't it? Can we really shout out for your faculty who has made this possible? Yeah? A round of applause for Professor Raj and the entire team who made it possible, and entire management of NDIM who keep on coming up with innovative things and include us also and give us a chance to contribute our best. Well, as we begin upon, I said a good friend is near about 100 books, 1,000 books with you. A good author, if you have a good author as a friend, it is like a treasure of knowledge that you carry along. But when you have profound entrepreneurs who are veterans in their fields and who are authors who have actually given a testimony of all their knowledge in their life in the form of book field, this is completely amazing. Trust me, when you have a mentor, probably they take your workshop upon for an hour, for a day. But when you write a book for someone, it is like, you are having your mentor on your bookshelf. Isn't it? Isn't it? How many of you read books? A raise of hand. Wow. I know we are, in the era of e-books and all that stuff, but still, holding a book in your hand is a different feeling altogether, isn't it? Yeah. I'm sure you have your favorite authors. As we unfold each and every, I'll say business entrepreneur and author here on the panel, you'll be stunned by their journey. And I'm so lucky to, asking them, interviewing them, because that has been my passion since I was of your age. I was in my college when I used to interview, the CEOs of successful companies. One of them were Dr. Jindal, who happened to be my co-founder later. So trust me, it was like a case study. I already read upon him, and that is what I used to read upon, that how the CEOs work, how they become what they are. and what they do to actually write up a legacy on themselves. So unfolding today's panel, why not we begin upon with the youngest of the lot. I'm very proud today, being the mentor upon, and trust me that seeing him as a student and seeing him as a youngest CEO probably of the nation, it is a huge round of applause. A round of applause for Mr. Abhinandan Jain. Abhinandan has been a journey and you have fulfilled each facet of it. So would love to actually ask you upon, as you unfold your journey, that you've written in your book upon the futuristic technology, and actually it is totally new that you've mentioned upon astromining and much more new developments in the field. Definitely the students want to know, we as mentors want to know what was how it is to unfold this, what R&D you've done and how you're bringing this to the world.
So the basic thing is, right now we require natural resources, but the depletion is happening day by day. But in the clear space, there are a lot of resources that we are wasting. And right now we are going to Mars. We're thinking going to Mars, we're thinking to different planets. But what about the resources, the fuels, the irons and the metals? All of this could be possible by astro mining. Yes, this term feels futuristic, but it's not far away from us. Right now, each and every scientist in our country, even in ISRO, can make this possible. Just think about it. The comet that passes by, we all know it has water, but not by water, it has metals, golds, more than what's on Earth. Let us mind that. We can use a catapult in which we are using the velocity and the motion to capture all these resources. But while using these resources, it must be costly. It must be costly, but it's just one-time journey. And one-time cost could reduce each and everything. Not one of us would be poor. Each and everyone would be access to metals. And while talking about technology, right now we are seeing it's the future of the world. AI, and each and everything is there. For example, ChatGPT, OpenAI, and we are able to do everything on a click. So that's how we would be able to do in the future. That's what has been written in the book. Thank you.
Wow, this is tremendous. This is so amazing. I mean, amazing journey, Abhinandan. You're inspiring so many out there. This is very nice. Well, moving to my right side, I see Ms. Kitty Rajpal contributing so much since almost more than near about 3 decades now in the field of education as special educator. It takes a long to serve the education fraternity, and then coming up with a book which will be your baby, which will be your masterpiece, which will have everything related to what is in child's brain. It is amazing. The topic of the book is amazing. I would love to know about your upcoming book. Over to you.
I think I would like to interact with the children. Hello everybody, how are you? Are you doing good? How many of you read books? I would love to see more hands, so inculcate reading, Since I'm with small kids, and I was 21 when I started teaching, and today I'm 59. So I have a long journey of teaching, and I've always been with the small ones. What I believe is, as soon as a child is born, when I had kids, and they were like there, I used to show them, flip over books, right when they were born. So when they were 3-4 months, they loved books. I used to dump them with books, like even when they used to take a bath, they had those reading shower books with them. So that was the time they started reading, actually. And that's the right way. And I have a granddaughter, and my daughter does the same thing with her. And she's also reading, she's just a year and a half, but she can literally read books. She can read each and every line of the book. So that's commendable. That's what I think, that you have to inculcate the habit of reading. I can't just tell you, come on, take a book and read. You would say, why should I read? I don't feel like reading. So it's a habit. How many of you read a newspaper? Till date I read a newspaper. My friends tell me, why do you read a newspaper? Everything is on the news. Just go digital and but I enjoy reading the paper. And when in my class, I used to tell children, come on, cut the letters from the newspaper and and paste them in your copy. So they knew what a newspaper is. That's how I taught them what a newspaper means. What does it give you? The kind of information it gives you, what's happening around the world. So that's the time, just things triggered off, and I said, what happens in a child's mind? The child's mind, you might feel, I always say from 0 to 5 years, they grasp the most. That's the most, they can grasp. You tell them and they'll imbibe. And rest is all repetition. Rest, what we are doing till today is just repetition of words. But what we have learned is the maximum that time. So that's the time, you have to give the most to the child. Inculcate whatever habit you want to. And while teaching the little ones, I always thought, I have to be very patient to listen to them. If I'm not listening to them, how would they know? Today you are a student here. You would very well remember your kindergarten teacher, isn't it? Like I was a kindergarten teacher and my kids have really grown and they've had children, who I've taught. But wherever I go, they still remember me because I've left an impact there on their minds. So as kids, you've grown up. Maybe like one of you must be 9, 10, 11, 12. But I'm sure you must be remembering your teachers who've left an impression on you. Isn't it? So that's the kind of teaching one has to do. You have to have a patient. You have to be a patient listener. You have to give them maximum. Your goal has to be high. 100%, more than 100%. As he said, how is your Josh? It has to be high. So the learning always, your goals have to be high. Come on, speak up. Your goals have to be
This is really amazing. I would request we continue with the next question too.
Yeah.
So let's shift to the next panelist. As we move forward with the discussion, it was wonderful to listen the golden nuggets from Kitty ma'am. And I must say, definitely rightly said, it is to start with formative years. Very well said, what we learn till 8 turns, remains with us till 80. What we learn till 6 remains till 60. But we are interacting now with the college students. Yeah? So, let's talk about them. Where to start from? I'm sure even now, the reading habit, how to instill the, adapting knowledge is one of the things. There are two things, students, knowledge adaptation and acquiring knowledge and applying knowledge. At just the press of a cell, all these icons are gone. We have the knowledge flooded over. It's a dumping ground for the ideas which we don't need. So how to filter in this, unfiltered world? So while moving ahead, I want, Dr. Jindal to throw some light. I've seen his profound journey of entrepreneurship, and as you're beginning, you'll be about to begin your entrepreneurship journey. So we'll be sticking to, sharing golden nuggets with you that how you can make a profound impact by, having little habits from right now so that you be where you want to be in the next 5 years. That is the mindset we need to carry upon. So sir, asking you a question is something like, give me jitters again. I'll just say that I've seen, your books representing globally in different countries. Your books are in esteemed universities already. You have, countless patents in your name. What is it? When I see the business verticals you are having, it is a legacy that you've already built up. When I see the patents and the books, 14, 15, I don't know the recent count now. So what is it heading over? Where it all started and what next?
There's so much more. So, I will really want to bring a light to something that my first book inspiration is Dr. Nancy. What happened? She had written a book and she was asking that can we get some acknowledgement, sir? I said, okay, why not? And I thought, I can also write a book. I can try. I'm an entrepreneur though. So, I wrote a book, got it published, done. She called me, sir, I'm looking for the acknowledgements. And when are you thinking to start writing? I said, ma'am, my book got published. And she was looking at me. So there is something that if you started something, finish it, done, dusted, move to next, right? So from there on, I don't know how the passion built on. Now I'm part on 14 books, another 2 are in the process. And of lately, recently got a royalty as well. That makes you feel good. One morning I woke up, that's a 95,000 rupees got credited to your account. I was like, where this money has come from? Then I checked out that was a royalty of one of the books I've written on data analytics. Well, most of the books are on data analytics, robotronics, mechatronics, AI. Few books are on this entrepreneurship as well. So this is like, everything is in blood. I was 14, then since that time I'm working. My parents, rather than giving me pocket money, handed over the keys to our auto parts manufacturing unit. I was discussing this with your esteemed professors during the lunch. And they said that if we need pocket money, make money from this unit. If it runs into profits, that's good. If it doesn't, we'll take this back as well. And I used to get 2 rupees. And the motivation they gave me that we're going to stop this 2 rupees as well. So at the age of 14, in the 8th standard, I was on the shop floor with the foreman, and we make auto parts, the washers that we use while tying the tire of a truck or a tractor or a jeep. And thereon, I would say I'm a hardcore entrepreneur. And the good lesson I learned was during my bachelor's BCom, because once I did my BCom, that was the only asset I had. You know, whenever I used to go to someone to meet and I said I am a BCom, and I'm talking this way back. At that time, BCom was very highly respected. I believe your professors will agree to me, right? So then the people used to be like, sit next to us. I'm talking people in 50s, 60s, and I was like, wow, if in 3 years I can do BCom, I can do anything and everything. Now, every 3 years I start a new company. I started from the scratch, work from the ground zero. When I started this company, I'm the CEO, I'm the marketing head, I'm the HR head, I'm the operations guy, I'm the clerk, I'm the PM, everything I am. Even if today you come to my office, I myself make coffee and serve it to you. I don't shy away in that. I love doing that. So that is how over the past 27 years I've built up 9 companies across 65 countries, and going 10th company is already in the pipeline. So what you can do is, how many of you have startup ideas? Does anyone have startup idea here? Okay, at least one, couple of hands we have. Has any one of you thought, like it's 2023, that where you see yourself by 2030? Has anyone ever thought? Wow. So this guy is very ambitious. Chuck him away, ma'am. He will spoil the breed. So like by say 2030, I see myself dancing on a yacht, maybe somewhere on the backwaters of Indian Ocean. Yes, retired and all. Then though I retired way back, long back. So we should have our goals. That is very much necessary. Doesn't matter how bigger those goals are. Doesn't matter how vague those goals are. Our goal now is to have an office at Moon. You might be thinking he's the CEO of 9 companies. He can say anything if he's sitting on the stage. But it's not this that I'm saying anything. We're already in touch with Elon Musk, and anyways now commercial rocket flights are also in the process to be started to Moon. So now this vision is way too vague and way too bigger. But universe is helping us, and we are already working towards it. Same way, you need to have a vision that where you see 7 years down the line. Doesn't matter how big that vision is. Then break it into smaller steps. What needs to be done now to achieve that? Start doing it. You are the ones, you are the future of this, what we say, Mukesh Ambani, Ratan Tata, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett. You are the ones who are going to surpass him. And the key lies in the coordination. Imagine you take out this phone from your pocket and you can call Bill Gates. Hi Bill, what's happening? Yeah, I have some work. My car is not working. Can you send your car? Or you can call Elon Musk. Yeah, can you give me a Tesla? Or you can call Mukesh Ambani that let's open up a company together. You know why I'm saying this? I can see at least 150, 200 of you sitting here. Today you decide to coordinate with each other. You are the future of these guys whom I'm naming. So tomorrow 200 companies are at your speed dial. You can call them. You can reach out to them. And you can get anything done. I'll give you a very quick example. I launched my company over robotics. From Ludhiana, we wanted to go pan-India. I had no clue. I realized one of the friends with whom I did my BCom, he was in one of the logistics company. I called him up. He said, Munish, keep doing your business the way you're doing. We'll take care of your operations pan-India. One friend, call of 2 minutes, from Ludhiana we went pan-India. Imagine how many of you are here in this hall. Imagine how many of you are here in the NDIM. Imagine how many of you in Delhi. Imagine how many of across, if you just start doing the coordination with each other. If someone comes to you, just start helping. Even if it is in the reading. In reading also you can do so many things. How many of you have at least one book beyond academics? Okay. So, this is one beauty. Wherever I go, I'm part of a literature, I really say that okay, if you have one book, you have read it, right? Now it's no use to you. But you want to read something else. Why don't you exchange it with someone else? Give yours to them, take theirs. You're not even paying anything and gaining more knowledge. I opened this concept. I'm a founder of Ludhiana Book Club as well. We launched a library where what we did, we initially placed 300 books. We said anyone can come, doesn't matter whether you know us or not, any stranger can come. Place one book, take one book. Place 10 books, take 10 books. We just need a count of 300 there. Right? No charges, nothing. Spread knowledge. And always keep one book handy in the form of print, not the digital. We're already spending too much time on mobile phones, laptops. Here's my mentee. He spends 5 hours every day on PS5. Right? So, try to keep one book handy and read even if you can half a page. And much better would be start writing. And get your books published. Ma'am will help you. And rather than us, you should be the ones who should be sitting here on the dais then. Can I take a pledge from you that you're going to be the next ones who's going to be here rather than us? Wow, wonderful, great. Thank you.
So amazing and profound knowledge. I hope some of you, are jotting down the notes as well as probably here or in head. This will, whatever you listen here, I see people recording, I see people nodding heads. Trust me, this will make or break it. I mean, another 3 years from now, you'll remember this day, that sir told me this or ma'am told me this, and this affected me. So the whole impact is about organizing all these wonderful, panel discussions. Is not that, we are feeling wonderful and motivated and we share knowledge amongst 2-3 hours we spend here. It is how many we touched upon once you move ahead out of this auditorium, and how many of you come back to Raj ma'am to introduce more of such sessions, not just annually but more often. Anyways, moving ahead, we talked upon the importance of reading. We talked upon how writing a book helped us elevating our business journeys. Talking about going to Mrs. Kanika Chavla. Talking about how to instill this habit. I mean, at times, definitely, as sir is telling upon, beat Avila, to beat anyone, it's normal to, be affected by outside factors. It's very normal to, make use of the things which are available, be it, techie devices, and it's nothing wrong in that, but there has to be bar in it. There has to be, if you're reading a book, nothing like it when we actually, sit on a couch, sit aside on our book reading corner. That was the time we lived upon, and that gave us, probably initial foundation time to build up our base. So you are working initially in formative years. You are instilling this habit near about from 18 months to every individual who you see the talent coming across. So what you will, tell upon how some of the ideas, how we can instill this habit upon, if not from formative years, even now, starting raw from where they are, and how to begin with the reading adventure.
First, I would like to, as part of the panel, and giving patience and hearing all of us. So first, I would like to ask you all, how many of you, when you were in school or during these years also in college, have heard the phrase out of the box? Whenever it is about writing or thinking, you hear the phrase out of the box, think out of the box, think out of the box. So, do you ever wonder that, okay, when I'm being told in the class, think out of the box, but the ideas don't pour in immediately when I'm being told think out of the box. So what is basically thinking out of the box? So I would say, when you are being told think out of the box, it's basically about start not to think, but to just declutter your mind. The first thought when you are being told to think out of the box is basically to declutter with what you are currently thinking on your mind, what currently is pouring on your mind, be it about your lectures, your all the deadlines of the presentations and everything. So next question I want to ask you all, when are you asked about a book, for example, sir and ma'am, everybody asked over here, how many of you have read the book, how many of you have ever thought of writing something? So have you ever tried it? Have you ever tried write-ups with an article or newspapers, any which way? How many of you have done that? Very few. And a lot of you must be thinking, oh, we are MBAs or we are getting into the management schools, what do we need for? We are not authors, right? True? And it's a common myth that writing is usually denoted with authors, and only for authors that, oh, okay, I want to be an author, so I will start writing. No, it's not like that.
So basically, writing is a beautiful gift which leads you to introspect yourself. So if you make a pen and a notebook your friend, it's always handy, it's always there you can always write up your thoughts on it. And to begin with, I would say, be it for a 18 months old or a 2-year-old or for you guys, starting is always the same. So when you start your journey of writing, you can always start with decluttering your mind. Take a pen and a notebook, keep it right on the bedside. Every morning, even before you go and wash up your face, just sit by the side and just declutter your mind. Whatever the thoughts that are coming on your mind, keep just pondering on and writing on your notebook. And don't get back to that page again until you maintain this habit for 15 days. Trust me on this, on the 15th day, you will start writing up your own stories or the poems or any childhood lullaby that you heard. So that's how your story of writing would start. Any day that you would start fresh would be this day. So this is one of the ways to start the write-ups. And don't denote the writing is only for authors. In fact, for you guys who are going to be in top business companies in the coming years, these write-ups will become so influential. It will overpower the way you conduct and it will the way you communicate. So words have power. So anything that you're going to write is going to have power. If you have the power with you in convincing the company about your own business plan or your write-ups or any of the letterheads that you're going to write, any of the writings you're going to write about your product model, so that is going to be convincing only when you have clarity about your thoughts. So that clarity is going to come with the practice of writing, with the practice of once you are clear with what you're going to write on it.
Wonderful. This is really amazing piece of work. I'll not say advice, but something that you can start right now, How many of you are actually motivated to start writing something or the other? Wow. Now for those to you, Ms. Kanika, this is really amazing. This is what we want. And not just, now, we want intrinsic motivation. It should be coming from within that, yes, I want to write. What she told upon, the technique is known as freehand writing, So you just need to clear upon your mind. That's reflection table. So once you are, beginning of the day, just sit in silent. Cut to the noises all around which are there and write upon what is coming in your mind. And that is your soul talks. Just listen to them, write them, and trust me, what she said works well. I have seen that working for her in a majestic way. Anyways,
Ma'am, before you move forward, I'm really curious to ask you something. You have asked everyone. Let's grill you now.
we are left with a beautiful panelist.
Then you can,
coming
after that
to
I'm
you
going to
then.
ask.
Yeah, so last but not the least, I'll say this is really amazing as we talked upon. You want to be writers or something or the other. Sitting next to me is youth counselor. I've seen, I've witnessed her work, not just counseling the youth. Why counseling is required when there is something or the other. But even if there's not something, you're already doing wonderful in your own pace. Still, there is a mentor needed. There is someone needed to, give you a push, give you a pat on your back, that do it. That happened in my case with Sir. Yes, it is a true story that he said that I was actually writing mails to the people I believed were my mentor upon, and I wanted their forwards. In the meantime, I saw Sir launching a couple of books, and I was like, why to wait for validation? Let's just do it and then come again for the reprint if you want the forwards and stuff. So let's begin wherever we can. Our action should be more speedy than our words. That is what we learned here. Let's ask Kanika ma'am how we can actually motivate the youth. The word motivation, though we do it, we breathe in and out, all of us, but it should be intrinsic. It should be something which doesn't let you sleep at night. It should be something that, it should be your hunger, as if you have a hunger to have your favorite food or to see your favorite OTT, channels. The same way, they should be glued to the pen and paper that I need to write upon. So please, let's just hear from you.
Hello everyone. Thank you, Dr. Nancy. And I want to thank Dr. Jindal and Dr. Nancy for giving me this platform and always pushing me. Always. I'm very grateful to God and them. And so today I will start with something. Look, I'm a fan of self-love. I have my journey from self-doubt to self-love. So I will share that. So what is self-love according to you? Anybody can answer me what is self-love?
They can answer more what is love here in campus.
So self-love. So according to you, in today's era where there is so much of social networking, so everybody wants to post pictures, wants to get validated, wants to see how many likes do you get. Is that self-love? No. So what about going for a massage, for some exotic holiday, for taking your selfies? Is that self-love? It's kind of? Really? Okay. So you take a phone in your hand and take a selfie. I want to ask you, what do you see, the first thing that you see? Now come on, all of you, take a phone in your hand and take a selfie. What do you see? Just be truthful, honest. Now what do you see in yourself? Do you see, am I looking good? Am I looking good enough? Or am I looking fat? And is this angle good? All these, we tend to see all this, right? Oh, there is some pimple here, my hair are not good. All this we tend to look. So this is self-love. When you accept yourself as the way you are, with all the imperfections you have, with all the qualities and the abilities you have, just explore yourself. Self-love is loving yourself the way you are. Self-love is accepting yourself, your body as it is, as you are. Every time we are in a situation, we say, I am not enough, I'm not good enough. We always question ourselves. We self-criticize ourselves, don't we? Don't we question ourselves? Yes, so first thing you need to do is stop self-criticizing. You are the best. Whenever you get up in the morning and look in the mirror and tell yourself, you are the best. Now in your journey, from here when you are in your journey to your careers, to your jobs or any businesses, you are always there. Are you going to please others? Are you going to look for the validation? So I would say, don't chase, attract. Be like a garden. Who can attract butterflies in that garden? Don't be the butterfly, be the garden. When you focus on yourself, you will attract people in your life who will not validate you, who will value you, who will see your potential, who will see that you are important, you are special in your own unique way. This is who you are. God has given us, everyone, the uniqueness, the boldness, everything special we have. Don't we have? So today, I'm just asking you, anybody who's ever, no, I'm not asking to read or write. So our motto, the Mentorix motto, educate, empower and elevate. So I'm the second one, the empower. So today, after the education, what comes? We need to empower ourselves. Rather than looking for motivation from outside, we need to empower ourselves. We need to see what is the potential in us. We need to see the good qualities in us. We don't need anybody else to come and tell us. Not our professors, not our teachers, not our parents, nobody else. Just you and you yourself. Start doing work on yourself. Start giving yourself that love which you expect from somebody else. Then you see the difference. I'm sitting here in front of you who was the person who would not even come in front of anyone. I was so shy. I was not able to even, I would say on a phone call also I will not talk much. And I'm sitting here in front of you all. So this is the power of self-love, I would say. So consider that as an asset to yourself that you have been given through God. And you all have that in yourself. You just need to look within. Just need to look within and empower yourself, motivate yourself each and every day. And you are the best.
Wow. You are the best. Wonderful. So east or west, I'm the best. That's the mantra that we are coming up here with. And trust me, this panel discussion has been evolving so much that, at each seat, I can see some questions also among you. So probably after Sir's question, we'll be putting over to the question answer session for the audience and then we'll come to another round for the panel. Yes, are you ready with your questions? Okay. Yes, over to you, sir.
Ma'am, I'm just really curious that you are an educationist, right? And you are a mother, you're an entrepreneur, you're an author, you're a mentor, you're a government advisor, you're a speaker, you are at international arenas, and much more. So many different hats. Still, you are able to write a whole lot of books. And this book of yours that really intrigues me, this new age life skills. So I'm really curious to know, kindly enlighten us about it, that how you wear so many different hats and still able to write and such wonderful book, and what exactly is in this book? What is new age life skills?
Yeah, thank you so much. Asking upon the book is something like, asking a mother to speak upon their child. So I'll say that New Age Life Skills and many more projects that, we came together with, and definitely, MentorX has been, my entrepreneurship journey has been the catalyst of writing, humongous projects. Because trust me, when we are in the journey of mentorship, and when we are, throwing light on our mentees' journey, and when we are telling them what to do, it is a cross-check first with our own self. It is, being self-critic, I'll say, every morning, that while we are thinking every morning that what new we can do, what innovation we can do in our mentees' life, it is like what we have done for ourselves, what are we doing next. So yes, that led us doing many projects together and playing different hats. It's not just me, it's everyone who is doing that. Each and everyone, your faculty members and the co-panelists here, everyone is doing, the role of motherhood as well as the entrepreneurship journey, being social activist. It is like the hunger of what you want to do. It is like, if you have in you, it is like something that you need to complete it before you get to sleep on bed peacefully. Every day, in and out. So while New Age Life Skills came upon, it started again with my first entrepreneurship venture at the age of 22 when I started Rev Up Life Skills. So definitely, after wedding, I thought upon what to do now. And I just looked within myself. Trust me, there's a time when we talk about now about funding, we talk about prototypes, we talk about testing the waters, pitching across, and all that stuff. Startup mentoring. India is known as the land of unicorns. But my time, back in 2001, we were even afraid to go to our parents and tell us that, boss, we want to do this. It was like the whole aim of a 16, 17-year-old was to make my parents proud. And to make my parents proud was to get settled in a wonderful family and be sorted with life. So, frankly, that time I looked upon that what is in me that I can spread over to the world. And it was just my skills, my talent, nothing else. So, starting from scratch, I thought, why don't I spread the skills which made me sit here today and probably contribute to many of the lives. So, while I was mentoring upon in India as well as abroad and with all the roles, I felt what I could do is probably a one-day workshop, a two-day workshop, probably our levels of courses that we have from MentorX and RevUp, which is basic, advanced to, person to personality, campus to corporates, to make people aware of what they are. That is like any year. But I'm not always available for all the students, so why not writing a book? Why not penning down something that they have in their bookshelf, and if they have something in their mind and they open up and turn up the pages, they get the advice, they get the signal of the day. Isn't it happens like that at times? It's universe calling, we're thinking upon something and it is right, above in your eyes. So that is what was the idea all about, that whether I'm here or whether I'm not, till the time life gives me chance to contribute, let's just do it in a profound way. Let's put all the learning out and all the research that I've done for myself. And this book is just the story of a girl. Once you read, maybe you know that it is probably a part of my life, which is how we learned upon the skills in different facets of life. When I talk about skills, I'll definitely not say about this book and the index. Once you have this in your library, you already know what it is. I'll ask upon you. Just tell me 3 of your skills. Anyone out there, I can pass on the mic if you need. Anyone who can identify that I'm good in this. So I'm talking good in networking, creative, and all that stuff. Wonderful. Can I pass the mic to you? Yeah. And I would love if we can have wonderful participation for this.
My 3 skills which I believe that are my powers is my first writing skills. Some of my articles have been published in newspaper.
That's superb. Can we give a round of applause for this? This is amazing. Starting from the student age and going ahead is a wonderful.
Second skill which I appreciate in myself is my networking skill.
Wonderful. So networking in this. Let's be really fast in 30 seconds if you can give to the
Third is communication skill.
Wow, that's all very important. So that's all basically is the index out there. There are around 21 skills.
One of communication is skills. The other one is presenting the things in such a way.
Presentation skills. Wonderful.
And the other thing is that I can easily grasp the thing within a minute, basically.
Wow, wonderful. So attentive. Wonderful. So let's keep it brief. Anyone from the back? Anyone? Wonderful. Please pass it. 3 skills. So that, see, guys, if you don't know about yourself, how you able to present out to the world out there? You all are so wonderful. I mean, not knowing you, I can tell your skills. Listening to us for so long, you are a wonderful listener. That I know.
Yes, that was the skill. I loved it. Like I am good at listening, because before writing we must listen carefully what the other person is saying, and then presentation skills and the communication skills.
Wow. I guess every one of you are having this communication, presentation, listening skills and many more, which is the need of the hour. Not just this, many of it, more than this, according to WHO, according to UNESCO, there are around 21 skills, 25 skills, which keep on revamping, according to 21st century, we say as Gen Next skills. But trust me, there is all this, I'll say the alpha generation, there's so many skills which comes up. I mean, anything that knowing yourself is a skill, okay? So problem solving, self-love, as ma'am said, self-mastery, time management, critical thinking, design thinking, all of this is what you see in this. And I just request you to then leave you with this, as sir asked also, that definitely reading this book is your choice, but ultimately read yourself. As sir said, without, Google yourself, that only, you can find everything in Google, but not your own self. So please write at the end of the day your skills and compare yourself with your previous self. As she said, listening, I'm still working on it. I'm so much into talking that sometimes I believe I don't listen to people. So that's my weakness, and I'm actually working on it. So trust me, once we know our strength and weakness, we can capitalize it and we can work over it. Moving ahead, I'll get back to my role.
For Dr. Nancy, ma'am, how much more time do we have? Accordingly done? No.
We actually have...
No, we really quickly want to have 5 minutes with the audience, the interactive session.
30 minutes, sir.
30 minutes?
And I will request you should share your experience.
Of course.
That in the interaction we will.
Many questions from the audience.
Yes, that is what we want. During that interactions, everyone will share their
One
experience.
thing, if we can ask Avirat, I wish to ask upon, that's a follow-up from the skills. Avirat, they were asking, we were talking about skills. You're already a next generation entrepreneur. You have all the skills, and you being the, the founder and CEO of your company, I mean, this is a testimony to your skills. So how does it feel? And please share your experience. I mean, the mentor and the mentee sitting together, would love to hear from you.
So it feels amazing. And while doing this, each and every one of us could do it, because we all require communication skills, presentation skills, and we also need to be a good listener. Because as someone said before, if you're not a good listener, you don't know what's going to happen in the future. So the thing is, we need to capture what's going on and what's the air around us. Because, for example, let's take an example, you go to a coffee shop. So how are you able to understand that how the coffee shop is extracting money from you? You need to understand the business model itself while you're going there. So where are you coming back the next time you go there? If you go to Starbucks, just think, how are they extracting my money? When I'm going to drink coffee, is it due to their taste or is it due to their brand value? And then just analyze this and think if you can open a coffee shop nearby.
Amazing. Subsequently to Sir, Sir, would love to know upon your book, recent book, Trends in Innovation. How have you been, so much into innovating things? Probably you are, I have seen a scientist closely working upon his next project. So how it is to keep innovating and then compiling it into a book form?
We always read this in most of the books that change is inevitable. So since my childhood, I realized whenever a Hollywood science fiction movie used to get released in the theater, I used to rush to the theater. I don't watch much movies, but any science fiction, I've watched all the Marvel series. How many there? 22, 23 movies now. Watched each and every movie just because of my interest towards technology, that how these robots are made and that. And that passion maybe, then I realized that either start loving what you do or start doing what you love. I realized that I have love for innovation, for technology, and that is what gave me this company called Hover Robotics. Guys, you won't believe I started this company in 2015 with 35,000 rupees. And now it's a multi-million-dollar company. I recently rejected funding of 200 crores because I'm a scientist. I don't want to be a marketing guy that someone else gives me the funding, comes on my head, sits on my head, and says, do this, that. Right? So, this is how, and today the only survival is with the innovation. We all know what happened with Nokia, right? Nokia was the king of the mobile phone industry, and they only couldn't think of having a smartphone, and they vanished. What happened with the Kodak? You know, the first digital camera, where did it come from? One of the guys who was working with Kodak, he asked its own company that I have made this camera, a digital one, it doesn't need a roll. And they snubbed him. That they said that because Kodak was making more money from the rolls and film development rather than the camera. Cameras were not that expensive. Rather, buying that roll each time, getting a developer was very expensive. And Kodak said that it will entirely vanish our business model. That guy sold his idea to Sony. So, innovation is much more necessary. I started my company in 2015 with one model. Every 6 months we launch a new model. Like you guys carry your laptops in your hand, I made a folding scooter. Fold it, carry in your hand. Like from your campus if you want to go home, unfold it, stand on it, go anywhere. You want electrically chargeable, no pollution, no petrol, diesel, nothing is required. So every 6 months we launch a new model. That is what provoked me to write a book on futuristic trends and innovation and how this entire world will change. But along with that, one most important thing is that we need to have a sustainable world with a holistic level. This technology is gonna take over so much that we really need to work ethically. Recently, if you have read the news, Facebook has shut down 2 of its systems. They were communicating with each other in their own secret language. You know, the way we have watched in the movies how robots can overtake, they were communicating with their own secret language. These of this, Facebook has shut it down because they got afraid. They had no ways to stop them. They couldn't even interpret what those systems were talking with each other. So that is why it is whatever you do in your life, being ethical is most important. And ethical means we always do good things when someone is watching us. I might be, doing good when Rajman is watching. But how good we are when no one is watching. That is what being ethical is. So always make sure whatever you do in your life, do it rightfully, willfully, successfully, and ethically. In the uppercase, most important. And keep innovating, keep looking out for your passions. Whatever you're passionate about, do that in life and it's going to take you places. Thank you.
Really amazing. You have a golden chance, people, to ask upon your questions, whatever comes in your mind about your future. Yeah, I see your hand raised there. Please, we can pass the mic. Thank you and go ahead. Please tell your name too.
Good morning everyone, my name is Parth. So my question is to Mr. Avirat. So you are an inspiration to all of us as you have achieved so many things in your life. So how does it feel to be such a successful entrepreneur at such a young age?
Well, I right now would not call myself successful because I myself has not reached that goal what I think about right now. But it feels good to know that everyone loves each other. But the thing is, as Sir said, always respect others and be humble to everyone. Thank you.
So amazing. So amazing to see, young generation being complimenting each other. Yeah, I see your hand raised there. Second row as well as the last one. Yeah.
Good afternoon, I'm Artika Nagpal. So my question is to Munish Jindal sir. So sir, what do you think, how does big data impact entrepreneurship and in what ways has it transformed various industries?
Wow, that's interesting. See, big data is everywhere. It's not about data, it is more about data analytics. What do you extract out of it? Right, if there's a food on the table, there are 250 items on a buffet in a 5-star, but you don't know what to eat, or you don't eat anything and come out. You haven't gained anything out, right? Despite having 250 things over there. So data is more about data analytics, that what you extract out of that data, whatever data you have. Like supposedly if you are planning to launch your own company, your startup, so you need to know your target audience. So if you have a particular data, you need to know the skills, or you need to have those AI tools that can extract the data of their target audience, then their spending habits, than where your product fit is in the market. So data is everywhere. How many of you have noticed that when we browse a website, there comes a cookie thing? That if you accept the cookie, the experience would be better. Nothing gets better. Experience is still the same. Cookie is more like when we meet a small baby, we give him a cookie and he tells the information about his home. You know, yesterday night mama went there. That is what is happening with you. You accept that cookie, the same moment they are getting your information. And have you noticed if you browse a product and if you go to some another site, those ads, advertisements start getting. It is your data. Now, US has opened up a mall. What's your name?
Artika.
Artika. So as soon as you will walk in the mall, they will say, "Hi Artika, how are you?" Hang on, how do they know? The camera at the entrance of the mall has matched your picture. If you have ever uploaded your picture on the internet, it has a AI algorithm. It matches with that. As soon as you walk in the store, they're showing you your favorite top in your favorite color into your price range. Cause you browsed few of the tops at home and they know everything about you. Now, technology is surpassing in such a way that supposedly you saw the top and everything you like it, but as soon as you saw the price tag, you're not comfortable with it. Your facial expressions told the camera you're not comfortable. This is AI working. Immediately you're getting a message at your cell phone. Ting ting. How do they have your cell phone? You use it to verify your Facebook account. Right? You're getting a message, 50% off if you buy immediately. This is a real-time technology I'm telling you. When we buy on Amazon, what we do? We select a product, park it in the cart, feed the address, payment method, then it gets delivered. Now Amazon, based on this big data, what it is doing, it is whatever you browse, they're delivering through drones on your rooftop. You pick it up, keep it longer than 3 days, money gets deducted. If you don't need it, put it back on the rooftop. So this is all about big data. So you have to again keep yourself safe. And the days are not far away when the way we just had bio-pandemic, we'll have a cyber pandemic. So at your home, each one of you have a system that is called air-gapped. Air-gapped is never ever connected to internet. Even if you're transferring data, you need to have antivirus. Check that external devices, then plug in it. So the day something like that happens, your data is safe. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So amazing to see the humongous knowledge here. There were two at back also, so turn by turn, we don't want to miss the backbenchers.
Backbenchers are usually the Jugadu ones.
And they are the one who are making the most because India is a dash country.
No, don't be afraid of thinking Jugaad. Harvard, Oxford, Cambridge, they have recognized Jugaad as the synonym to innovation.
Yes, yeah.
You can check it out on the Google. And India is featuring #1 in the world on that. Have you ever seen half of a bike, half of a rickshaw with one of the batteries and guys running that? I don't know what the radar or whatever you call it. Half bike, half radar with the battery electric, and I was like, wow. No one can even Elon Musk if we show him what you're selling in Tesla. This guy has made that at home, maybe probably in 30 or 40,000 rupees.
So we are
In
proud
India,
to be
yes.
what we are. Yeah. Over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. So my question is for Kitty-ma'am. Ma'am, what are your thoughts on the most significant difference between the managerial styles of the millennials and the Gen Zs?
Sorry, what did you say the last one?
And the most significant difference between the managerial styles of the Gen Zs and the millennials?
Yes. Now, when you come to kids, you've grown up as a kid. Okay, what you've learned and your ambitions. What are your ambitions? Your ambitions are high. In today's time, what do you want to do? You want to accomplish your ambitions? So you're working on them? So how are you working on them?
I'm being, right now being attentive to what are the things we are taught
Yes.
in classes.
And if, for example, you have the minimum of the resources, you don't have resources which are showbiz, you have minimum resources, how would you work on them? You would make sure, as Sir said, that Jugadu, that he's put a radar and a battery, and maybe it's better than a Tesla, isn't it?
Yes.
It's better than Tesla,
Yes.
but you've done the same thing with the minimum resources, you've made big, isn't it?
Yes.
You've made big today, for example, I'll tell you, maybe a rickshaw seller, a rickshaw wala, he's put his heart and soul in his kids. And he wants his kids to excel. Now, he is giving all what he could. Isn't it? And for today's time, he's made their kids' ambitions, he wants them to be accomplished with the minimum resources. So in today's millennium, he's done that. So you've accomplished that. So your ambitions always have to be high, even if you have the minimum of the resources, you made from that. That's how you work.
I would like to add one line to that. So the basic thing what we're trying to say is, as you asked millennials and Gen Zs, so millennials have more of the patience, right? They have more of the contentment. They are happy with the little resources, making the optimal use of it. And they have the patience, like patience as in, if today you ask me to start something, I will give it good 3-4 years. And then now the Gen Zs, they are like, sir, it's been 6 months I'm doing it. And I'm like, go to NDIM for MBA, 4 semesters. After 6 months, go to Raj ma'am's office, knock it. Ma'am, 6 महीने हो गए आते हुए हमें डिग्री दे दो, अब और नहीं पढ़ेंगे बस. किस को डिग्री मिलती है फिर बताना. So same way, this is the major difference. If this gap can be covered, the Gen Zs would be the most successful generation ever possible the human mankind had seen.
Very true. Another thing, I always say, the backbenchers and children who did not excel in the beginning, in the school years, they always excel. They always, you can till date, people whom they would do out of the box, as she said. They would literally do out of the box.
Not me, even Amitabh Bachchan, see the kind of the failures they had and see the kind of success they are enjoying right now. So what Sir said, trust me, in this instant world, you want everything insta. Everything instant. So, but then, yes, patience is the part of package, only then we get the things out. Thank you for asking such a profound question. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you.
We will cover up every question, don't worry.
Hello everyone. So my question is from Mr. Abhir. A lot of startups are starting every year, but at the same time they are closing at a very high speed rate. So what are the reasons and what we should take care before starting a startup?
So what I think about this is to do the market research, because what mostly happens is we're in the wrong market or being in the correct market but going at a different approach. Let's take an example of the car Nano. We've all heard Nano, right? It was marketed as the cheapest car, but it was a car at that time in US. Each and everyone was surprised because it was at the cheapest price of $2,000. But then the marketing termed it as the cheapest car. Instead, it should have been something else because they had a great market audience, but they didn't know how to capture it. So that depends upon your research, your product, and your idea.
Wonderful. Yeah, please.
For the Kitty Gapal, ma'am. Ma'am, what is the best way to teach new thing to the young generation?
My best way to teach the young generation is I have to be a patient listener to them, and I have to see where can I channelize that child. What is the child best in that? I will channelize that part of it where she is doing very well, rather than touching every aspect of it. So I have to know where you are good at, and I will maybe I will cultivate you, I will nurture you to bring that up. So that's how I will touch it.
Thank you, ma'am.
For Kanika ma'am, how did you approach the research process for this book?
Yeah, could you please repeat the question?
Ma'am, how did you approach the research process for this book?
So basically for the book, the tip that I gave, that we need to so basically I would just say that the article or the book that I have been writing, it started well because I also gave that tip that write 15 minutes every day in the morning and declutter your thought. So I started there and then. So it took me also for a while. I became a mother, and for a while my career also got on a hold. So I was just thinking that what should I do next. So every morning this habit was there that I started with, that every morning I will write certain thoughts on the book and I will start reading on it. And almost after 20 days I was ready with my paper. I never knew that it was that easy, but I think it is always there within us. And language really doesn't matter which language model you are following. Be it one language or two languages, you don't have to worry about the grammar or anything. You just have to keep on writing on your thoughts, and one day you will have that thing in your hand. Okay, this is my book, this is my baby. Okay, I'm also an author, so you will certainly have that feeling within yourself too. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, perfect.
So my question is to Dr. Nancy. I just wanted to know what advice would you like to give to the upcoming women managers?
Specifically women managers, yeah. First of all, when we enter this room, when I sit here, I don't sit as a woman entrepreneur. I sit as an entrepreneur in the boardroom, yeah, not as a male entrepreneur. And definitely, there's an implication with which you have asked this question, because definitely every girl, every woman at the age you are is standing on a context where there will be so many whom you have to listen to, where definitely you have your own choices what you want to do next, but you need to see to the society. If I ask you what is the next imperative step in your life, that would be in consensus with your parents and all. That leverage is taken up by the guys, I feel, till the time they want to, isn't it? It is there till now or not? Okay, so definitely, you need to think upon your higher education, you need to mark your priorities right. And I'll say, beat anything. Nowadays, there's no much difference, because see, being a woman, definitely you are having these 3 M's in your life: marriage, maternity, and mobility, which will happen in course of time. And whenever it will happen, as Kanika ma'am rightly said, there will be, I'll not say a full stop, but a comma. But a comma in your life where you are, feeding time to your other priorities of life, and then you get back again with the same passion, more zeal, more energy, and a better you. Trust me, a better you, because you get time for introspection back there in all these phases out there. So that is what happened with me also. So our advice to women entrepreneurs is, please don't carry up with the flow at all. Don't just listen to what people said. This is exactly what I'm telling, what I have done. Trust me. So I really don't want that you just listen upon and just keep following that, okay, I need to please them, and I can't say no to them because they are elders, and I need to be a good conditioned girl because I belong here. Being a good behavior or your inner conditioning matters a lot, but with that, your voice of expression matters. How you say and you put forward what you want in life matters a lot. Otherwise, you're giving your remote control of your life to someone else, and as they are pressing, you are going ahead. So even if you have talent, you're waiting for that right moment, maybe here, or maybe there. No maybe, no ifs and buts in life. If you want to make it happen, it is now and just now. So you have to tell, okay, these things can wait, these are my priorities. I have to get this thing done right away. Even if you see some faces of disappointment which matters to you, then also, if they love you, they will understand you. So please keep expressing yourself.
When you say transformation is a journey, it's not a one-day thing. It's not a thing that you are learning. It's a skill. It's a skill that you have to develop. It's the ethics that you have to develop. It's the discipline that you have to develop. And it is a journey that you have to go on and on every day, every single day, every single moment. So few things I will share with you. So it is self-care, self-discipline, self-awareness, and something that is like, we as Indian children, we are always conditioned that we have to look for validation or please others. This was my conditioning at my age. So I will say, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't please others. Don't look for validation from others. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. Look inside you what you want as a person. Now, when we talk about goals in lives, when we talk about goals, we have set goals. But sometimes we just fumble in the way itself that we can't do it, we can't make it. So that is the time then you need your self-love that you can make it. You will tell yourself, not anybody else will come and tell you that you can do it. Once you tell yourself, you will keep moving. You will fall down, you will get up again. You will get up again many, many more times. You will get up and you will feel that you can do it. This is how. And the transformation is a journey, it's not a one-day thing.
Thank you. If you today really ask me who you are, if I have to describe myself in one word, I would say learner. That is my true introduction or true definition. That is in just single one word. Our learning never stops. So it was more of a hunger towards learning at that time. See, one is yes, obviously I was really keen on doing MBA, belonging to entrepreneurs family, and like since working since 14, right? So you need to have those nitty-gritty, the formal education, the system. And certain times, what we feel is that, okay, maybe I'm doing this MBA or I'm studying this is of no use. But trust me, when you go in the longer run, when you're planning to launch your own company, when you strategize, when you plan, when you budget, when you marketing, these little things, they help you really greatly. Then each and everything, what your professors, your teachers are sitting here, your professor sitting, then you remember, wow, how it matters. And then even the role of a librarian also comes into picture. Why they ask you to come to the library, study extra books from the library. So this was so MBA obviously happened that way. So CA was like, I would say just out of a sheer luck, what happened was I did it in Australia. So usually CA takes 3 years. They said that you have already studied 2 years of MBA finance. So 2 years are identical subjects to CA. So we will give you exemption. You can complete it in 1 year. I said, let's do it, yeah. If you're getting a 3 years degree in just 1 year, it happened like that. Then yes, PhD happened because I was very passionate for this, technology, AI, robotics. I was really keen on getting into it and wanted to. So I'm the pioneer of personal e-mobility in India. That is how it happened. Your education. So it was the payback of my education to me that I'm the pioneer. I'm a scientist and running such a wonderful show. So I would say keep learning. Your learning should never stop, whether it's formal learning, informal, but keep learning and keep growing. Thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Nancy Juneja, as your book talks about life skills, revving up your life skills, and skills is the word term that we are hearing right now from each and every second corner. So is there any specific skill you want to mention that you feel particularly passionate about?
What's your good name?
My good name is Shreya.
Shreya, wonderful Shreya. Shreya, you're asking in 21st century to sum up and tell you one important skill. I'll definitely not say, you need to be multi-skilled in today's world. So very rightly you said, it all starts, as I said in my first also, while I was addressing her, it all starts with expressing yourself. And yes, definitely public speaking, that is what I started upon with. Launching, I was the first one to launch Debating Society in Delhi University back in 2001. So, that time I was the president of Gargi College, Delhi University, and I remember there was nothing like DevSoc, there was nothing like Editor Magazine there. So it was a dream for me to come onto the radio channels to NDTV and all, and that happened in first year of my life, first year of my college life. So, when I was out of the school campus, it all started with public speaking. While I spoke upon, I was representing my college in my FM, in all the channels upon every day, being in the special lecture team, I was calling people like us every time in the college. So everything started with this. It's, the power of expression, communication, it came up with definitely manifold with listening also. Once you can listen only, then you can speak upon. And then it manifold many other skills, because once you're speaking, you're thinking before speaking. So definitely, design thinking, all of this will be coupled together. So I'll say start thinking upon and start giving expression to your voice. Rest everything will manifold. You will know presentation skills, communication, design thinking. You will solve your problems yourself and many more other things. You'll be limelight.
Thank you so much, ma'am. What is the happiness for you, if I ask you?
Searching a stock which I should invest.
Okay. So when we post some pictures on the social media, so there's a certain level of happiness we get when we get the likes. So that is the dopamine which is going up, and it crashes down the moment we don't have any likes. So that we don't need that kind of happiness, right? So even the Harvard University has now this started with a happiness course. Do you know that? So what is the happiness happiness is not something that you look for, that is a result of something. When you suppose you have a goal to achieve something, and when you have achieved, then you will be happy. It is not that a result of anything. It is a journey that is a process which you enjoy each and everything when you are towards that goal. When you have that journey of, when you are even thinking about that goal, the journey itself is the happiness. You be happy, just I mentioned, you be the garden and the butterflies will come. You be happy and the reason for happiness will come to you. We attract whatever we are. We attract whatever we want. If you be the happy person, the happiness will come to you in many ways. So be happy first, then your things will come that will make you more happy. Thanks.
Wonderful. Wonderful audience who have such thought-provoking questions to share upon. Thank you NDIM College and all the co-panelists. If we can have 30 seconds each from message to them, a line from each of the panel. Yeah, to conclude. 30 means 30 seconds.
Spark has to be there.
Just don't think about क्या कहेंगे लोग.
Wow.
Sorry, माइक वो क्या चल रहा है इंस्टा पे 4 लोग बताओ यार कोई तो
4 लोग क्या कहेंगे?
नहीं ये करो कि 4 लोग भी कहें. आजकल दूसरा चल रहा है टुडेज वर्ल्ड में कि लोग क्या नहीं कहेंगे कि वो कंपनी ऐसी खड़ी कर दो कि 4 लोग भी कहें अरे यार इसने कंपनी खड़ी कर दी.
I think both of them बात उनकी होती है जिनमें कोई बात होती है. So keep on doing and keep on creating moves. 30 seconds.
I would say great readers become great writers become great communicators, and great communicators becomes great persuaders. And if you want to bring that change in your world, become the great persuader.
Super.
Work upon yourself and be the change you want to see in the world.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
So my closing remark would be, if you need anything in the world, ask for it. If we could be of any help, come to us, reach us, no service charges, pro bono, everything. And from anyone you need anything, knock their doors, ask for it and say straight away, we are not going to pay you. We are students. Be besharam in this world and ask for it. Thank you.
Being a student and being part of such a wonderful college, please take the leverage. Write mails, tweet to wonderful CEOs of your domain area and reach out, as sir said, and reach out to Rajman if you need us. Over to you.
Dr. Nancy Juneja. Please give a big round of applause. Please applause. Miss Kitty Raj. And last but not the least,